can't see God, but you know that He's there. Like right now, He's in here, but you can't see Him. So, yeah. And that kind of starts off what He's going to be talking about today.
This is Christopher Key. He's Grace Key and Key's dad. And, yeah.
Thank you, lady. Guys, my name is Christopher Key. Okay, it's spelled K-E-Y. Okay, never forget that. The keys that God has given us, the doors that we've been able to unlock, Satan never wanted them open. But we're very certain, and we continue to preach His Word. Okay, the name of our company that we represent is called SWATS. Okay, it stands for Sports with Alternative Steroids. But it also means sports with alternative to sin. Okay? We have a little chip that a lot of you guys got the bands. It's called an athletic performance chip. That also stands for Athletes Pleasing Christ. Athletes Pleasing Christ. We're the most controversial supplement company in the world. We've been banned by the NFL. We've been banned by the PGA. We've been banned by Major League Baseball. We've been banned by Alabama, Auburn, and LSU. Satan has done everything he can to shut us up and shut us down because we continue to speak about him and we continue to speak about allowing people not to use drugs, not to use chemicals, and not to have surgery. And because of that, Satan's done everything he can to shut us up and shut us down. There's a very group of people here, a pretty good number of people here today. What I'm going to show you next is a little quick demonstration to help you understand what we do and understand Christ. So if I can get you to come up here. Guys, all of you guys in here have accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior. You can't see Him, you can't touch Him, but you feel Him in your heart. Okay? With what we do, can I see your cell phone? I can take this cell phone, put behind Him, and I can make a phone call to this cell phone or a phone call to China. That frequency just went right through his body. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but here in a minute I'll be able to show him that it's real. Just like Christ is real in our heart, okay? Left or right arm stronger? Right. Put your right arm up. This is just a cool muscle test. I'm going to take 2 fingers right here and I'm going to press down. You resist me and be as strong as you can on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Pretty stout, pretty strong. Now I'm going to do nothing different, but I'm going to take 1 finger. I'm going to apply less pressure, but I'm going to take his cell phone, and all I'm going to do is put it up against his chest. And I want you to resist me like you just did, okay? Guy, the cool thing for you guys all to do later on today is to do this test on each of your family and friend members, okay? Because everybody thinks I'm bigger and stronger, and I probably am stronger than this young man, but what's really cool is when you go watch us do this on the strongest men in the world, and the same thing happens. Now watch this. 1 finger, hold your arm up. Everything you got on 3, okay? You ready? Yep. No, he's not. Just give it a chance, take a deep breath, and I mean really get a good football stance and stand up with everything you got, okay? Hold your arm up. 1 little finger, everything you got on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. What happened? The frequency from the cell phone zapped him. It took away his energy. He didn't feel it, he didn't see it, but it made him weak. Okay, one of the things I try to teach young people when we talk about this is if you only listen to one thing I say today, please listen to this. Do not sleep next to your cell phone. Do not use it as your alarm clock. Okay, this is a mini microwave. Okay, it is a mini microwave. Now we can take this band that the first 50 of you got and put it around the cell phone. And now do the same thing. I'll draw them up. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Tell the difference. Go. Instantaneously. And again, guys, you can't see the frequency. But if you do this test, it's real. It's just like with Christ. Christ is real in your heart. Right now, with a lot of things going on, a lot of people say, I'm one little person. What can one little person do? How many people was Christ? He was one person. and Christ helped change the world. Okay? One of the things I want to encourage all you guys, we've got a good number of people here today, but next week, y'all meet every week, every 2 weeks, every week. Try to get another 100, another 200, another 300, because the biggest thing you guys can do in here is try to share Christ with your family members, your other schoolmates. You'll be laughed at, you'll be ridiculed, you'll be made fun of. But again, what you know you're doing is right. So don't be afraid to go ask people to come in here and listen, to share Christ with. Because again, it only takes one person to tell another person, which 1 turns to 2, 2 turns to 4, 4 turns to 8. And sooner or later, there's 7 billion people on this planet that finally knows about Christ. Does that make sense to any of you guys? How many of you guys have tried to get people to come in here and they say no? You try. Try again. Try a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Don't be worried about them saying, no, I don't want to go listen to those guys. I don't want to listen to those people. Don't let that discourage you guys. All that is Satan. All that is Satan trying to keep the Lord's word from being heard. So don't give up. Don't quit trying to share His word. Okay? My life changed when I was in 7th grade, when I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Okay, most of you guys, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. This is the foundation. One of the other things happened to me when I was in 7th grade. I was always that young man that always asked questions. Okay, people hated to be in the same classroom with me because I was always asking why, how, what. People couldn't stand it. And when I was in 7th grade, my English teacher, Miss Massey, she saw me getting frustrated. She saw that it was bothering me. She called me up in front of the classroom and she said, look, Christopher, never quit asking that question. She said, Christopher, there is no such thing as a stupid question. People didn't like me before 7th grade, but they hated me in the 8th and 9th and 10th grade because when she said there was no such thing as a stupid question, guess how many questions I began to ask? Lots. Lots of questions. But how do you get answers if you don't ask questions? Okay? Don't be embarrassed to ask questions. Don't be embarrassed to ask why, how, what. That's how we learn, guys. That's how we learn, by asking questions. Jesus Christ said, the truth will set you free. Don't quit seeking for the truth, guys, because Satan don't want you to open your eyes up and see what is happening. And again, that's why we've been demonized and banned, because they don't want you guys to know that there's very simple ways to heal your body without using drugs, without using chemicals, and without having surgery. It's not real hard. God's given us everything we need to heal our bodies. But man has tried to make lots and lots of money off of it because of power and greed. The 3 most brilliant people that ever walked the face of the earth, that everybody in here knows about one of them, Jesus Christ. The other 2 that I would be willing to bet nobody knows about. And does anybody have their cell phones with them? Okay. I want you to take your cell phones out. I'm normally not supposed to do this, but I want you to take your cell phone out, and I want you to type this name into your cell phone and text it to yourself. Okay? Because Jesus Christ helped change the world. These other 2 men, you guys don't know about, and I want you guys to do some of your own research. And I want you to go back to class tomorrow after looking these 2 guys' names up, and I want you to ask your teachers why they don't talk about these 2 people. Why don't you guys know about these 2 people? Which is the same reason why in the schools we can't openly talk about Christ. We're so blessed to be able to come in here today before school and talk about Christ. But I want you guys to ask questions to your teachers and learn about Christ and these other 2 people. Okay, now, the first name to put down is Nikola, Nikola. Nikola. Last name is Tesla, Telsa. Telsa. Nikola Tesla powered the first World's Fair in Chicago, Illinois in 1892. The first World's Fair in Chicago, Illinois in 1892 with no power lines. Not 1992, 1892 with no power lines. How did this man do this? And more importantly, why don't we know about this? Okay? The reason why you don't know about it is Nikola Tesla powered the first World's Fair in Chicago, Illinois with free energy. J.P. Morgan, who backed him, realized he couldn't put a meter on free energy. He couldn't make money without putting a meter on it. So Satan shut it up and shut it down. Look him up. Ask your teachers about it. The other guy's name is Royal, R-O-Y-A-L. Raymond, R-A-Y-M-O-N-D. Last name is Rife, R-I-F-E. This man in 1934 was given 16 terminal cancer patients. 16 terminal cancer patients. How many people in here know somebody that's had cancer? Everybody's hand in the room is up. Everybody in here has known somebody that has cancer, don't you?
No.
This man in 1934 was given 16 terminal cancer patients. In 30 days, he cured 14 of the 16. In 30 days, he cured 14 of the 16. It took him another 30 days to cure the other 2. Another 30 days to cure the other 2. 100% success rate for curing his 16 terminal cancer patients. Why don't we know about that? They said there's no cure for cancer. But yet, it's very well documented that this man cured cancer in 1934. I want you guys to go do the research. And I want y'all to start asking questions. Why? Why is it that 1 out of every 3 of you women in here are going to die from cancer, supposedly, and 1 out of every 2 of you men in here are going to die from cancer? But yet they tell us there's no cure for it. Just like they want to tell us that God's not real. Just like they want to tell us there's no such thing as free energy. I believe that's not right. I believe that's very, very wrong. And because of this, we begin to speak out, number 1, about Christ, and number 2, about all the different things that we can do to help humanity. So guys, please ask the questions why. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid question. So how many of you guys think next week you can go and ask those people that said no, ask them again? What can they do? All they can do is say no. That's all they can do. Is say no. I don't want to come. What if they say yes? What if they say yes? And guys, again, God made us all in His image. Okay? God made us in His image. And again, everyone in here can help change the world. We have so much power within each and every one of us. We just have to realize it. Because again, the best kept secret is how much power you have, because 1 person again tells 2, which tells 4, which tells 8. And that's how I believe we continue to change the world. It's not real hard. One of the things I realized a very long time ago, and I want to ask you guys the same thing, is you don't know what you don't know. Think about that for a second. You don't know what you don't know. That's what drives me crazy when I go in. I try to talk to these medical doctors and other people around the world, and they say, there's no way this is real. There's no way you can take that little chip and put up to his chest and make him stronger. There's no way you can take this little pain chip. Maddie had pain in her, you got pain in your neck, correct? Okay, I want you to stand up, sweetheart. Maddie's got pain in her neck, okay? When you move your neck around, scale of 1 to 10, how much discomfort? Discomfort, how much discomfort? A 7. Now you know it's a 7, right? You wouldn't lie to us, would you? A lot of people try to say this is all mental, that it's all in your mind. Okay? I want you to mentally tell the pain in your mind to go away. I mean, it's in your neck, I'm sorry. Try to tell it to go away. Didn't work, did it? It didn't work. Now I do nothing different, but I take this little chip, pull your hair back. Show me exactly where the discomfort is. Okay. All I'm doing, guys, is acupuncture without utilizing the needle. And again, I'm just going to take your pain that was a 7 and just release it. Now move your neck. It's crazy, isn't it? Just like that, her pain that was a 7 went to what now? A 1. Went from a 7 to a 1. Thank you, sweetheart. Went from a 7 to a 1 by putting, is that the bell? How much time we got? Got 5 minutes? Okay. Went from a 7 to a 1 by putting a little sticker on her neck. Guys, it's not just a little sticker. Okay? It's frequency. Okay? And it's really hard for most people to understand frequencies because they can't see them. They can't touch them. But again, God brought us into this planet when He did what? Huh? How did He bring us in? What? He spoke it. He spoke it. What is speaking? Speaking is a frequency, guys. It can't be more obvious. He spoke it, which is a frequency. There's so many simple ways to allow the body to heal itself. But again, you have to be willing to be teachable. How many in here knows everything? Anybody know everything? None of us in here know everything. None of us in here ever will know everything when we go before Christ. Okay? But you have to be teachable. You have to be teachable. You have to be willing to learn. Okay? So many of us out there today, for the most part, think they know most everything and they're not willing to be teachable. Guys, always be open to learn. Be willing to take in information. Don't believe it all, but take it in. And then go do your own research. Because again, as I said earlier, Christ said the truth will set you free. The truth is out there. But you guys have to keep asking the questions. Okay? You have to keep asking the questions. So please go tonight and look those 2 names I gave you guys. Ask your teachers about those 2 people. And next week, all you guys don't get discouraged and be encouraged to go ask. I challenge all of you to ask 5 new people to come to FCA. If every one of you asks 5 new people, let's see if we can't get 100 new people to come to FCA next week. And then the next week ask 5 new people. And then the next week. And sooner or later, on Wednesday mornings, when y'all meet for FCA, we've got the entire school coming down here to meet for FCA. And they have to take it out to the football field. Would that not be so cool? Huh? Why can't that happen? It can. But number one, you guys have to believe it. You guys have to be willing to believe it. So, anybody have any questions? Anybody else have any pain anywhere? You do?
He does. He does.
Yes, sir.
How does that even work?
Now look, again, guys. Don't listen, guys. This is what's so important. Don't giggle and laugh when somebody asks something. Okay? The only way to learn is to ask questions. So if you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask. Okay? And after you ask, you still may not understand. But ask again. And ask again. Because again, as you ask those questions, you continue to learn. The simplest way to explain it is, this is a hologram. Okay? What people don't understand about holograms, I can make a holographic feature of this young lady right here. The only thing different is I can stick my hand through that hologram. Okay? Center for Information. We're able to take this hologram and embed frequencies, and then we use acupressure points to then resonate the frequencies throughout your body and instantly give you strength, balance, flexibility, and help with pain. Was that the last bell? Guys, thank you so much for letting me come in.